All right, guys, let's get some NBA picks and props for Saturday, May 11th slate of games. Trey, leaderboard, start us off.
Yeah, guys, I am 0-0 at the moment. That's because I gave out the Minnesota Timberwolves -4.5 going up against the Nuggets. Before we recorded, the Nuggets, they were up by a score of 11-10. And that was just early in the first quarter. So we got a lot of game left. I'm excited to get off here and watch the rest of the game, though.
Yep, I had the Knicks 1-0. They covered 6.5. They should have won the game. We were talking about a favorable whistle the first two games. You want to talk about a favorable whistle down the stretch of this game. Holy hell, the refs gave that one to the Pacers. The credit to the Pacers, though. They played really tough. They deserve to win that game. It is a 2-1 series now. Pacers take a tight one late. Trey?
Did you think that was a foul for Brunson on that three-pointer?
It was more of a flop than a foul. It was contact, but it wasn't enough to call a foul, I don't think.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, yeah.
It was definitely a flop, but he did hit him on the arm. If he wouldn't have flopped, he might have got the call.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the one whenever he went into the lane and they called a jump ball. That's some bullshit right there, dude. That was like 3 minutes left in the game. Did you see that one?
Yeah, I mean, there were some questionable calls, but hey, that's the NBA, baby.
Right, yeah, I'm perfectly fine with it. They got a favorable whistle this time, good for them. All right, 2-1 series. Hopefully that series is like a 7-game series. That'd be fun to watch. All right, let's go to the player props. Have you start us off.
I say that favorable whistles cost Rick Carlisle $35,000 to get there.
Sure did.
So,
yep.
But I'm 0-0 right now. I gave out Michael Porter Jr. over 22.5 PRs against the Timberwolves. Same thing. Like I said, games very early, so nothing to note.
Yeah, I had a 1-0 day. Dante DiVincenzo, outstanding. He had 30-plus points in the game, had the over 19.5 points. I think he led the scoring in this one. I don't think Jalen Brunson hit 30. So shout out Dante DiVincenzo. Trey, let's go to the play tomorrow. Have you start us off?
Yeah, I want to give Bear a round of applause for taking the Eastern Conference game because, dear God, that was throwing me through a grind. I'm going to be talking about this Oklahoma City Thunder going up against Dallas Mavericks game, and this is going to be a dogfight of a game. This series has been very fun to watch so far. In Game 1, the Thunder won by 22 points, and in Game 2, the Mavericks responded with a 9-point road win. And with this game going back to Dallas, we have to see the Mavericks just play more comfortable and confident, and that's going to power them to a win and the cover. Give me the Mavericks here, -2.5. Not sure why the spread is this low. Yes, I know Luka is questionable currently with his knee injury, but he's not going to be sitting out of Game 3. He's played this far. He recently came out and said he's just going to have to continue to play until he can rest in the offseason. And I don't think that Luka wants to start his offseason anytime soon. And I think that they're going to be able to win by at least a 3-pointer here because the Thunder, they've been struggling to decide what to do with Josh Giddey. They simply cannot trust to have him out on the court whenever he's just bricking shots because he's not great defensively. And that's exactly what happened in Game 2 whenever he only played 11 minutes. And the Mavericks, they were able to win that Game 2 with Luka and Kyrie only combining for 38 points. And I expect them to maybe double that or at least get to 50-plus points here in this game. Luka and Kyrie can easily go off for 25-plus points each. And with this game being in Dallas, we're going to see the role players excel in their roles and make the open shots that they missed in Game 1. And in round 1 of the series versus the Clippers, the Mavericks, they were tied 1-1 going back to Dallas as well. And whenever it went back to Dallas for that Game 3, they won that Game 3 by double digits. I expect something similar here. This veteran team is going to power through this young team, at least in this one. Give me the Mavericks -2.5 against the Thunder.
Yep, I kind of do like the play there. Mav showed me something in that last game. For my play today, I'm going to be looking at the other game, the Boston Celtics going up against the Cavaliers. I'm taking Boston, -8 on the road. They're going to win this game. They're going to win this series in 5 games. If we take a look at the first 2 series so far with the Boston Celtics, they had a dominating win in Game number 1 for both series. And then they took the foot off the pedal, let the other team win a game in Boston. They beat the Heat in Game number 1 by 20 points, then lost by double digits in Game number 2. They beat the Cavaliers by 25 points in Game number 1. Then you guessed it, they lost by double digits in Game number 2 in Boston. The response for Boston in the first road game was an 18-point win over the Miami Heat, beating them by double-digit points. The rest of the way out through the entire series, I expect the same in this game. The fact is that the Boston Celtics are the best team in the Eastern Conference by a wide margin, and it doesn't really matter if Jayson Tatum's an absolute bum. They brought in Drew Holiday. They have Jaylen Brown and Derek White, who, by the way, Trey, Derek White has stepped up his game tremendously over the last season and in the playoffs. They have more players on their side of the ball than the Cleveland Cavaliers do. It's simple as that. The Cavaliers have to rely on Donovan Mitchell to put in 30-plus points every single game. And while he can do that, Darius Garland has not been playing well in the playoffs so far. The Cavs are relying on their defense, and I know that Boston only scored 94 points in Game number 2, but they missed so many open shots that it's hard to believe that they won't get the law of averages in this game come into effect. They're going to score a lot more points in this game. I'm taking Boston in a big bounce-back game. They're going to win this one by double digits. I'll take a -8 as the play. Trey, let's go to the player props. Have you start us off.
Yeah, I was listening to the Hoop Collective podcast, and Tim Bontemps came out and said uh, there were 4 different occasions during the regular season that the Boston Celtics did not make double-digit three-pointers. They lost all 4 of those games. They only made 8 in Game 2, so that explains why they lost. And like I said, they only did not make double-digit three-pointers in 4 total games. So we have to expect them to bounce back. So I love that play, Bear. For the player props, I'm going to go with Daniel Gafford to go over 18.5 PRs going up against the Thunder. I love this over for Gafford in this game. We took his over in Game 2, and he did cash for us there, and I have to expect that to continue in this game. Even though Gafford has struggled so far this postseason as a whole, only averaging 12.2 PRs per game, I do expect him to keep dominating throughout this series because so far in round 2, Gafford, he's averaging 23.5 PRs per game, which is well over this number. And overall, Gafford, he's played against the Thunder 4 times since he was acquired by the Mavericks, twice in the regular season and twice in the playoffs. And across those 4 games, Gafford, he's averaging 27.3 PRs. So apparently Gafford, he just loves going up against the Oklahoma City Thunder. And I think it's because the Thunder, they're very tiny in the painted area. So we're going to continue to see Gafford just be his big body in the painted area and dominate, catch oops, and grab boards. Give me Daniel Gafford to go over 18.5 PRs against the Thunder.
Yeah, I like it, Trey. For my play today, we're taking Derek White. Oh, no, just kidding. I can't take Derek White. He lost me a play. So I'll take Jayson Tatum, under 28.5 points going up against the Cavs. Jayson Tatum, man, I've been dogging him all playoffs long for a good reason. This is supposed to be a top 10 player in the NBA. He hasn't even played like a top 25 player so far. In the series against Miami Heat, he was shooting 41.6% from the field. He only scored 21.8 points per game. It looks like he's going to do the same shit against the Cleveland Cavaliers. I don't know why this total is sitting so high. He hasn't scored over 28 points in any game so far in the playoffs. Maybe somebody knows something that I don't know, but we're getting a ton of value with the under here. In the first 2 games against the Cavs, he shot 38.9% from the field. He scored 21.5 points per game. The reason the Boston Celtics won game 1 by 25 points was because Derek White played great and Jaylen Brown played great. Those are the 2 superstars on the team. Derek White and Jaylen Brunson right now. He's an okay guy. He's horrible with his left hand. I got to admit that. He really can't shoot threes very well, but he's getting himself some points in this series. Jayson Tatum's supposed to be at his peak right now in his prime, but he's had a significant drop-off, especially in the point-scoring department from last season to this season. I don't see where they're getting this 28-point number. I don't think it's going to touch that number. I'll take a shot at the under 28.5 points here for Tatum as the play. Trey, let's go to the graphic. Have you start us off.
Yeah, guys, I'm going to go with the Mavericks here, -2.5 going up against the Thunder. I feel like we're going to see the Mavericks just go home and control this game here. They don't want to give away a game to the Thunder, especially at home. Also going with Daniel Gafford, over 18.5 PRs against the Thunder. I think he's going to be one of the driving forces of why the Mavericks do win and cover this game. He's just going to be big body in the painted area.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Boston Celtics -8. They bounced back in game 2 after the game 1 loss in the first series. They're going to do the same thing in this one. They're going to win by double digits. They give me Jayson Tatum, under 28.5 points. He hasn't touched this number yet in the playoffs. I don't know why it's so high. Maybe I'm taking the cheese here for the under, but I just don't see it happen. He's not playing very well. He's not shooting the ball enough. He's not scoring enough. So we're going to take under 28.5 points there. Guys, it's going to do it for the NBA Plays and Props for Saturday, May 11th slated games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching. Super Bowl. We also have 12,000 subs coming right around the bend. We're at 10,200. We're going to give away 2 tickets to anybody to any game they want. NBA, NFL, college basketball. It doesn't matter. We can wait until the new season for NFL. Any game you want to go, whenever we get to 12K, we're going to have that giveaway coming up as well. Leaderboard. We had multiple questions this morning about how to become a member for the YouTube channel. Let's do that really quick tutorial. You're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to go to Bears Profit Plays. You're going to search it in. You're going to hit our thing. There's a join button right just to the right of subscribe. You're going to click that. There's 2 options. You have the Bear Pack for $4.99. That gives you access to YouTube member plays. And then you have the Bear Pack Gold for $7.99 a month. That gives you access to our member plays on YouTube. And it gives you a 1-month membership to our website, bearsprofitplays.com. So if you get the Bear Pack Gold, you save yourself $2 a month, a little bit cheaper if you want to do that. But that is the tutorial for anybody that needed it. We had multiple questions today through email about how to do it, and it wasn't working. But if you want to know, there it is right there. Trey,